This is the IST Health Tip of the Day. I'm your host, Roberto Parker. This podcast, we tackle the tough questions related to exercise, training for athletes, human performance, biochemical, biomechanical dysfunctions, problems that sometimes you have questions about that you don't quite know the answer to. So stay tuned, enjoy, take good notes, and God bless. I'm a bottom line guy. I like to get straight to the point and tell you what's really going on. Today's topic is lifestyle. You've heard the saying before, maybe you haven't heard it. Heredity loads the gun, lifestyle squeezes the trigger. Another way of looking at it is like this. We are all born with a certain seed. That seed can be more, it has more potential for maybe certain types of diseases, certain dysfunctions within our bodies, because let's face it, none of us are perfect. We all have some flaws physically, emotionally, and physically somewhere. Some of it due to the way we're born. However, the seed is just not as important as the soil that you plant the seed in. The soil being your lifestyle. It's how you care for that soil. It's how you feed that soil. It's how you nurture it. It's how you water it. It's what type of water you give it. What type of love do you give it? I believe in what the Bible says. I'm a Christian man. Our bodies are temples. You have to treat it as such and don't defile it. Now, let's talk about lifestyle. This is one of my favorite topics. I want to get straight to the bottom line, cut to the chase, and get to the rat killing, okay? Here's what you need to do. If you want to improve your lifestyle, reduce your potential of cancer, diabetes, arthritis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. You can, let me say this. You're not going to eliminate the aging process, but you can certainly put a big dent in it. You can reduce it big time. There is no such thing as anti-aging. When I see these ads from different companies and different affiliations of trainers and people that are into health and fitness on the internet. Buy this product. You're going to stop your aging process. BS. You're not going to stop it, guys. You can slow it down immensely. And here's how you do it. Here are things you need to avoid or drastically reduce. Sugar. Sugar is problematic. It is problematic. The average person consumes about 50 pounds of sugar a year. Way too much. Avoid processed foods. If it comes in a box, has a barcode, minimize it and or eliminate it. Now that's hard to do, I know, but at least minimize it. If it has a barcode and comes in a box. Reduce alcohol consumption. Now I've had this discussion with many people. Look, I enjoy a glass of wine occasionally. I'm not a teetotaler necessarily. I'm not a big time drinker either. Alcohol doesn't really do it for me personally. I know some people like to drink leisurely and socially, recreationally. But people, if you have a problem with your health, especially your weight and insulin resistance and high glucose, high sugar, and if you're overweight, you need to cut down your drinking. That's a big problem because alcohol is basically sugar in your mouth. It converts to sugar immediately. Another one, avoid seed oils. Seed oils are basically vegetable oils like cottonseed oil, canola oils. Those oils are heavily deodorized, heavily heated. They're not cold pressed. Cold pressed oils are much better, like cold pressed olive oil or coconut oils. Those are good. Okay, here are things you can do. Consume more fatty foods. Now, I believe you should the most people should be consuming more animal-based products in their dietary habits. However, there's some people I realize that are dead against that for ethical reasons, for religious reasons, but try to get good, healthy fats that are resourceful in vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and K, ADEC. Those are your fat solubles. Years ago, there is a dentist who went to different parts of the world. His name was Weston Price, and what he discovered was that these indigenous tribes who had consume high amounts of vitamin A in their dietary habits had very good healthy dentition of the teeth, healthy skin, and very energetic, and had good longevity. Conversely, he also studied peoples and tribes from these different countries. Now, this is way back in the early 1900s. They were eating more industrialized foods. They had poor dentition, and they had poor skin for the most part, low energy, overweight. So that was a correlation there, association there. So take that for what it's worth. Drink at least half of your body weight in ounces of water every day. Now, if you're really active, you're going to need more than that. If you're outside and living in a humid place like Florida, parts of Louisiana, or Texas, or even a hot arid place like Arizona, parts of California, possibly, and you're outside it a lot every day, maybe working a construction job or something, drink lots of water. Be active. Now, activity is not the same as exercise. Active means you get off your butt and you move. You walk. You walk some more, you walk some more, and you walk some more. You're active. Now, the common thing today is 10,000 steps. That's not bad. I'll just tell you, though, that if most people today got at least 5,000 steps a day in, they'd be a lot healthier. I'll use myself as an example. My gym where I train people is about probably 5 to 6 blocks away from my house. Most times I walk to the gym. So that's about a mile, maybe a little over a mile every time I walk to the gym, round trip. If most people did that, they would drastically reduce their insulin levels, which would lead to less excess body fat and they'd be a lot healthier. Strengthen your muscles. Boy, that's a big one. I am big on this. Big, 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 big. You've got to strengthen your muscles, guys. The more I read about what are the qualities of good health, the more I realize you've got to do some serious loading types of exercises. I don't care if it's body weight, push ups, pull ups, sit ups, curl ups, or whatever ups or downs. You've got to get in some body weight training. I personally like to lift weights. You don't have to max and try to kill yourself, but you've got to challenge yourself. It can either be with repetitions or a little bit more weight or a combination of both. And by the way, even things like wind sprints and or jumps are good if your body can handle that. Okay, another one. Get to bed fairly early. Now you'd have to go to bed at 7 o'clock in the evening, although primitive human beings, that's what they did. When the sun set, they went to bed. Now I realize, culturally speaking, that's going to be very hard to do. But try to get to bed, I say, between the hours of 9 and 11 if you can. And try to go to bed about the same time every night. Don't go to bed at 9 o'clock one night, 1 o'clock in the morning the next day, and 11 o'clock the next day. Try to be consistent because that's what your body has become accustomed to. I talked about this in the last episode I did. Get some sunshine. You need that vitamin D. The sun is the best source of vitamin D when it hits your skin. That is the best source, better than supplements. Get some fresh air. Go outside. I know in wintertime, most parts of the country right now, it's cold. Maybe it's 0 degree cold. Try to get as much fresh air as you can. There's more pollution inside the house than outside the house, if that's what you're worried about. Try to get some fresh air. The last one is a biggie: stress. Stress comes in three forms: physical stress, emotional stress, and chemical stress. Now, chemical stress can also be nutritional because when you put food in your body, there are biochemical reactions. Emotional stress. Maybe your marriage stinks. Maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend just broke up with you. Maybe you're going through a bankruptcy. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you had a death in the family of a loved one or a friend. Those are stressful. Those can cause some pretty poor health scenarios and situations. So try to avoid stressful people, people that are going to bring you down. Try to avoid stressful situations. Plan out a budget. Plan out your day. Plan your exercise. Plan your meals. Just don't go haphazard throughout the day, every week, every month. Have a plan what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat, when you're going to go to bed. Look, I'm not saying it has to be exactly the same every day, but you have to have some sort of a basic template of the type of food you're eating, the types of exercise that you best respond to, and the time of evening you're going to go to bed and retire for the evening. And let me conclude with this. If you need any help, contact me. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Rumble, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter. Contact me and I will be glad to help you. I do lab assessments. I do virtual consultation and training. I do in-person consultation and training. I work with small groups. I work one-on-one. I do classes. I do sports performance training with athletes. That was my background for about 15 to 16 years. I was a strength and conditioning coach at the collegiate level and the NFL level. Now, since then, I have evolved and I do other things. I do a lot more with nutrition now. But guys, I'll be more than happy to help you. If you're having any sort of complications, if I don't know the answer, I can find somebody who does have the answer. So contact me. Also, subscribe to my Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube. I'm on that also. Subscribe to my Twitter so we can communicate. You can follow me and I can follow you. All right? So take care, guys. Hope you have learned something here. Hope this has been enlightening. I'm excited to work with you if you want me to. So contact me. This has been the IST Health Tip of the Day. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.